fine passing.
Let's show the viewers the proof.
The good stuff.
Don't forget to hide your name. There you go. And let's show everyone.
That's the
There
good
we
stuff,
go.
yeah.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
There
Pull
we
it out
go.
to the middle. Come, bring it in. There you go.
There we go.
That's Abdul Rahman's pass certificate. Hey guys, welcome to FM Driving School. You're with me, your fully qualified driving instructor, FM. As you can see from that little clip, we've got some really good news. We had a driving test during this COVID 2020 period, and we're going to go through a few questions that you guys may also have regarding the driving test. We're going to ask the student, how did he manage to book his driving test? How was the driving test itself? How did it go? Etc. And how did his driving lesson go? We did some mock tests with him. So we're going to go through all those questions, but before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Click the button for all the latest videos from me, your fully qualified driving instructor, FM.
Let's go.
Hey guys, you're with FM Driving School here, and today we had a driving test during the COVID 2020. What's the date today? 18th. And we're with Abdul Rahman. And what happened today, Abdul Rahman? Tell us the good news.
He passed.
There you go. Passed his driving test.
Yes.
Before we talk about your driving test, let's talk about how you booked it. Tell us about your driving.
Yeah.
How many lessons? You had a driving test booked before the lockdown, right?
That's it. Yeah. So I had a driving test booked for April.
April, okay.
And I booked this around February times.
Okay. How many lessons did you have with me at that time? Do you remember?
At the time, in terms of hours,
Yes, yeah.
I'd say around 20.
Okay, so we had 20 hours.
Yeah.
You booked it in February for April.
That's it.
We were working towards it, and then we had some bad news.
Yeah, we had obviously COVID came through.
Yeah.
So I had it booked for April, and then April I got an email saying that unfortunately they're gonna have to move it forward.
Okay.
So then they moved it forward to July. They rescheduled it for July.
Yeah.
And then I got an email early July saying, unfortunately, that they're not going to be doing any tests for the near future, and that they would email me a date in which they would restart the tests. So once obviously I got that news, I had to just wait. I had to sit and wait. I didn't receive an email for quite a bit of time, and then finally I got an email saying, you can finally book your test. But this time it meant that they do it in batches, so like only a few people would have access to the bookings page, and then they would book their test. Yeah. And then so that's how I done it. I booked it for thingy. Okay. Yeah. And I think you messaged me about a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Yeah, around maybe 2 weeks ago. I would say 2 weeks ago. So you didn't drive for about 3-4 months. Yeah. I got the message from Abdul Rahman, bro, I want some lessons. Yeah. And we did one lesson last week. That's it. One lesson yesterday, and then the test. So a little bit of a gamble from a teacher's point of view, because I haven't seen you drive for about 4 months, and we were slightly worried that it might be rusty. And I think the first we did 2-hour session last week. The first hour was rusty. You were getting used to the car again, the gear changes, everything. But the second hour went quite smoothly, didn't it? Alhamdulillah, yeah. The second hour went. It's you know what it is. It's more of especially with specific cars, you have like there's a clutch control that you get used to, and once you get that down on lock, you don't realize how much attention you can divert elsewhere. Okay. So like for the beginner, they find it very difficult. We find it very difficult because you're focusing so much attention on the clutch, and obviously moving off from gear 1. Once you've got that down, then you can start. Okay, I need to do observations. I need to do this.
That's true.
So obviously, once that hour went and I got used to the car of his gear 1. This is what gear 1. This is what the biting point feels like. Then that can help.
You were able to apply the other rules of the driving, because you had the bit of foundation now of the clutch control. And to be fair, that's how we teach anyway. Like with beginners, we teach them clutch control, then checking their mirrors, etc., and so forth. So you're right to say that. Then we had a lesson yesterday, the day before your test, and we thought, okay, your test is tomorrow or today in this case. We thought, let's just do a mock test, just to give you A, the responsibility, and B, just push you so that you're ready for your test. Okay. And so if you look here, so I'll post up later on, that's Abdul Rahman's mock test, and here there's quite a few serious faults. So tell us, Abdul Rahman, how your mock test went yesterday.
It was an absolute disaster. Okay. I don't know if that's because I've got the test tomorrow, I've got to do so much things I need to prepare for. I don't know if that's because of just nerves. I don't know what it is, but it didn't go well. So there was a few major faults in here.
Yes. As a teacher, let me just say one thing, and maybe for you guys watching, So a few lessons before, when the test is coming up, students start making mistakes that they've never been making. It's very, as a teacher, even myself, it's very hard to see it and accept it, because you guys have been driving extremely well.
Right.
And maybe your lesson last week was better than the lesson yesterday. And we're just shocked, like, what's going on?
Right.
And we have to. It could be because you're not ready for the test, or it could be nerves kicking in.
Right.
Yeah, so it could, do you get me? One of the two. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't drive. And so, but your test is today. We're not going to change it. We're still going to go through it.
That's it.
And we were quite firm with you. We were disappointed because your test is coming, and we were saying, Abdul Rahman, you need to be observant. You're not showing me, what's around you. You're not doing the procedures. You were like in the mock test here. We got so many indicator faults. You're not indicating at the right times. And these are just basics. And we said to you, if you're making basic faults, the examiner's going to see that straight away, and then he's going to have an impression of you, isn't it? Well, if you're driving smoothly, without stalling, checking your mirrors, knowing who's around you, driving confidently, then he's going to be a bit more relaxed, isn't it?
It is. And yes, to be honest, yesterday it was absolutely was a disaster lesson. And obviously, I think one part of that is as well, you make one mistake, and then you start dwelling on that mistake.
That's true.
And then let's just say 30% of your attention is now taken away because you're focusing on that. Then you're just making another mistake, and then you just start on this knock-off effect of mistake after mistake and mistake. And then eventually you can lose confidence. Like, do I actually know how to? Am I kidding myself? Did I just book this test for no reason? So you have to be realistic in terms of when you're
of course
good for the test, when you have a good chance of passing. But also you have to have a bit of confidence, reset, like, I made this mistake. I made this silly, like, rookie mistake. But reset. I'm not gonna dwell on that. Just reset, like, focus, like.
We did say to you, go home, think about the mistakes. Don't take it to heart. The mistakes you made, cool. You made it with me, not in the test. You get me?
Exactly.
That's the whole point of the driving lessons.
That's definitely, it's very important.
And that's why mock test is difficult. We don't like giving mock tests randomly, because it can break your confidence. You're fully independent driving. And so if you're fully independent, you're more likely to make mistakes. You get me? So like I said, I've intervened twice, Abdul Rahman. Twice, man. I had to stop the car for you. For someone who's got a test coming up, why should I be stopped? And it was that mistake. If you remember, there was a lady coming through with her car, and you just drove straight into her, and it was a meeting situation. And I'm like, mate, what's going on? She's right in front of you. But anyway,
silly mistake.
It's silly, So the point is, it's gonna happen, but it can break the confidence.
It does.
But we had to give it to you because your test was today.
Right. And as you've mentioned, like, many times before,
there
is something to make the mistake now. Like, and then store it in your memory. And then so when you do the test, you have that memory. Oh, I messed up. I messed up here.
Of course.
So next time another man or a lady's coming, you're like, remember what happened last time? Only yesterday in my case. So I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what? Just chill, take it easy.
Of course.
Don't try and knucklehead your way through.
Of course.
So there's something to making mistakes and mocks, even though when you make them, because obviously previous to that you felt like you were ready. So it's kind of like oh, I made a mistake, but realize there's benefit in making that mistake.
Definitely. So after the mock test, we had a 2-hour session yesterday. Then we went back to teaching, where teaching is slightly different because we're now guiding you through it. We're drilling the information into you, which is also beneficial. Mock test is beneficial, but also the teaching aspect of drilling and the knowledge of how to drive into you is very important. We did that. Then we had a test. We had an hour lesson today. I came a little bit earlier for you because you guys are my students, so we're here trying to look after you. So we came about 20 minutes earlier than the hour session. We don't want to come too early because too much driving before your test slot is draining. So it must pay. I had a bit of extra time, so I came a bit earlier. And we did like an hour session. It went really smooth. We did a kind of mock test. And you made, I think, one major in that hour session, the hour 20 minutes. Where it was an indicator problem, continue from yesterday's indicator problem. And then we did the test. So tell us about the test. This time around, again, it's a COVID test. I was just literally outside and let you and the examiner deal with it. So tell me how the test was like, Abdul Rahman. So what was the first impression of the examiner? I've never seen the examiner in that test center, so he must be a new examiner, maybe someone coming to fill up the gaps. So what was it like?
Obviously, when I finished that hour with you, then beyond that, what happened was we entered the test center. Then you get out of the car, and then obviously you meet the examiner, and then he He asked me.
You checked your eyesight first?
Yes, he checked my eyesight first.
You got into the car?
Then we got into
you
the
didn't
car.
do any bonnet question, I noticed. So what
No.
question did he ask you inside?
He asked me to put the rear demister on.
That must be while you're driving, though. That question is while you're driving. So did he ask you a question right at the beginning? Maybe you forgot.
I think so.
Okay, don't worry.
I think
so the rear demister, that question is while you're driving, that particular question.
Right. Yeah,
don't worry. So, okay, so now you're going out the test. Firstly, one thing that was a bit funny was you finished the test very quickly. So you came out really early. And as anybody or anybody who's read about the test, if you come back early, if you failed, you're going to come back early. So you came back early. I'm thinking, okay, we've got some bad news. I think you've done the test about 32 minutes, I would say.
Yeah, about 30. Yeah, 30.
30, even 30.
Yeah, it was very short. Even me, when I was coming back, I was like, okay, how long have I been here for?
Yeah.
It hasn't been that long. But I think that's also due to the fact that because we do usually 2-hour lessons.
No, that's true. It feels quicker.
It feels quicker.
Yeah,
so I didn't know if it was from that or if it was just really a
30. Oh, right, yeah. So you came back early. Usually, if you come back early, it's because you failed. Okay.
You failed, right.
Because they just terminate the test if you made a major fault.
Yeah.
So I was looking at you to see if I get the thumbs up, and luckily we got the good news.
Thumbs up, alhamdulillah.
So how was the test itself? So now you're in the car with him. You're driving. Tell us about roundabouts. Did you get big roundabouts?
So I got big roundabouts, but again, he kind of took. It was an easy route because he took me first exits or second exits.
Okay, that's good. That's not bad.
Was
it the roundabouts we practiced on?
Yeah. Okay. So all the roundabouts that he took me on were the roundabouts we saw. I think there was Hospital Bridge.
Yeah.
I think there was the London Road one.
Okay.
So all the roundabouts we've done before.
Okay. And you took the first and second. So fairly. And second.
So just obviously
easy route.
Left and either you're going straight. So yeah, it was a fairly easy route, and obviously that just shows like a lot of it's chance. You get a good route
or good examiner.
Examiner, and he wasn't like the most talkative, but he would, we were having a conversation. Like I made a little light comment about the rain, and then we'd have a little conversation, and then at the end, etc. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So what maneuver did you get, Abdul Rahman?
I got to reverse 2 car lengths.
Okay. Was it on a main road or on a side road?
On a side road.
Okay. Again, very, very simple in that sense. Yeah. And where did you park? Next to someone's driveway, single yellow, high curb. Do you remember?
It was a high curb.
High curb and 2 cars, 6-point check.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It wasn't a hard route. It was a very.
What did the examiner say to you at the end? Did he say anything?
He said, I'm pleased to say that you passed.
Okay.
When I heard that, I was like,
Okay, so he didn't really explain any other mistake?
Not really.
Because they want to get out anyway. They don't want to sit around.
Yeah, he didn't go through anything with me.
Okay. And so that's it. That's really the procedure of the test. And the test went quite smoothly, it looks like.
Yeah.
So the point I think from your experience, the point we can make is, even if you had a bad mock test a day or a couple of days before, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to drive like that. It could be whatever experience.
So don't put your head down, I'd say, honestly.
Yeah.
Don't put your head down. Just keep to it.
So obviously before you did your test, I said remember all the mistakes that we made. I also said did you watch my videos?
Yeah.
How were they?
This is like probably the biggest point I want to make in this video is there's just so much to watching people driving, seeing the mistakes they make, recognizing the mistakes when they make them. So today I woke up early. I decided I'm gonna watch a few videos, and I jotted a few things down that I made mistakes yesterday. So I remember, Farhan told me I made a mistake here when I was meeting this lady. I was going too fast. I should have not gone. There was not enough space. Farhan told me the indicator came off. Why didn't I turn it back on? I jotted them mistakes I made down. And then I went on FM Driving School, the YouTube channel. And then I started watching other students do their test. Where Farhan's giving them a minor. Where Farhan's told them they've got a major, where he's had to intervene. And even just somewhere he's driving himself. Where he's driving himself, he makes them, he anticipates things, just his awareness. So obviously when you're driving, there's nothing like you actually driving, but there's a lot of benefit in watching other people drive and then imagining yourself, what would I have done in that situation? And you find a lot of times you would make the same mistakes that the beginner makes.
The reason why I say that is because when you're doing lessons, I'm guiding you through it. When I'm teaching you, I'm saying, what should you be looking at for? Where should you be looking? What should you be doing in this situation? So that's why I feel that, you couldn't do that many lessons last week. It's not a problem. Just watch the videos. And obviously, driving, like you say, is different to watching a video, but it'll just give you a little bit of additional help to watching, to hopefully passing your driving, which you did in the end.
It definitely supplements your lessons. And as I said, write down or, jot down in your head that I made this mistake. see other people drive, and that will go a long way, and then you'll find passing.
Let's show the viewers the proof.
The good stuff.
Don't forget to hide your name. There you go. And let's show everyone. There we go. Pull it out. Pull it out to the middle. Come, bring it in. There you go.
There we go.
That's Abdul Rahman's pass certificate.
Congratulations to Abdul Rahman for passing his driving test. As a teacher, it's an extremely proud moment to see our students getting that certificate, and happy as well, because these students, they invest a lot of money, they invest a lot of time, the pressure, the struggles, and then to see them come out from it smiling with a pass certificate, a very proud moment for us. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Do watch our other videos to help you, as Abdul Rahman said, to supplement your driving lessons and in order to help you pass your driving test. Take care. Bye-bye.